The floorboards groaned under Emma's feet. Dust motes danced in the weak sunlight filtering through grimy windows. The air, thick with the scent of decay, sent shivers down her spine. This old apartment, with its peeling paint and crooked doorways, felt heavy with forgotten memories. Emma unpacked boxes, her initial excitement fading with each creak and groan of the building. It was an impulse move, this apartment, driven by a need for change. Now, alone in the fading light, she wondered if she'd made a terrible mistake. That night, as Emma lay in bed, she heard it, a soft tapping like fingernails on the wall. It seemed to be coming from the bedroom closet. Her heart pounded in her chest. She told herself it was just the old building settling. But as the nights wore on, the tapping grew louder, more insistent. And then came the whispers, faint at first, rustling like dry leaves. Emma couldn't make out the words, but the sound sent a chill through her very core. Sleep became a luxury Emma could no longer afford. Every creak of the floorboard, every sigh of the wind against the window pane sent her heart racing. She tried to rationalize the noises, blaming them on old pipes or stray animals. But deep down, a seed of fear had taken root. One night the whispers intensified, morphing into a low, guttural moan. Emma shot up in bed, her breath catching in her throat. The moan seemed to be coming from the wall just beyond her headboard. Terror, cold and sharp, pierced through her. She fumbled for her phone, the cold metal a comfort in her trembling hand. She considered calling for help, but who would believe her? Who would believe that her apartment was haunted by unseen voices? Driven by a mixture of fear and morbid curiosity, Emma decided to investigate. She knew it was foolish, perhaps even dangerous, but she couldn't bear the thought of spending another night in terror, dreading whatever lurked within the walls. Armed with a flashlight and a hammer, Emma approached the wall. Her heart pounded against her ribs, a frantic drumbeat accompanying the whispers that seemed to grow louder with each step she took. She placed her ear against the cold plaster, her breath catching in her throat. The whispers were clearer now, laced with an unmistakable malice. They spoke of darkness, of despair, of a hunger that could never be satiated. Emma's blood ran cold, her every instinct screaming at her to run, to escape while she still could. But something held her there, a morbid fascination that battled with her terror. She had to know, had to see what hid behind the crumbling plaster, what whispered such chilling secrets. With a deep breath, Emma raised the hammer. The first blow sent a tremor through the wall, followed by a chorus of shrieks and groans from within. Dust rained down on Emma's head. But she didn't hesitate. She hammered again and again, driven by a desperate need to break through the barrier that separated her from the unknown. Section 4. The source of the sound. A gaping hole emerged, revealing a dark, narrow space within the wall. The whispers ceased, replaced by an eerie silence that was somehow more unsettling. Emma's flashlight beam danced in the darkness, revealing nothing but cobwebs and dust. Then a glint of something metallic caught her eye. It was a small, tarnished locket dangling from a chain embedded in the wall. With trembling fingers, Emma reached in and pulled it free. As she brushed away the dust, a chill ran down her spine. The locket bore a miniature portrait of a young woman with hauntingly familiar eyes. They were Emma's eyes, staring back at her from across time. Panic surged through her, a wave of icy dread that threatened to consume her. She stumbled back from the wall, the locket slipping from her grasp and falling to the floor with a dull thud. The whispers began again, softer now, laced with a note of triumph. They seemed to be coming from the locket itself. Section 5. A gruesome discovery. Fear gave way to a chilling realization. This wasn't just an old building with creaky pipes and restless spirits. This was something far more sinister, something ancient and evil that had been waiting for her trapped within these walls. Driven by a renewed sense of urgency, Emma expanded the hole in the wall. She had to know who the woman in the locket was, what connection she had to this place, to her. As the hole grew larger, a musty odor wafted out, making her stomach churn. Finally, she'd broken through enough to peer inside. The flashlight beam illuminated a horrifying sight. Wedged deep within the wall, its skeletal hand reaching out as if grasping for freedom, lay the desiccated remains of a young woman. She clutched a tarnished silver locket in her bony fingers, identical to the one lying on Emma's floor. Emma stared, her blood turning to ice as she realized the ghastly truth. She wasn't going mad. The whispers were real, and they were coming from the walls, echoing the torment of a soul forever trapped.